Hey everybody, Invalidation X145 here with a gameplay with commentary, this time of Smite. For those of you who don't know what Smite is a mobile, what am I talking about? Multiplayer online base, I can't remember what the A stands for, but I think it's like attack or something like that. Whatever. It's another MOBA, a little bit like League of Legends, or whatever that new game that Blizzard's coming out with, the free-to-play one, with all of its Blizzard characters. Smite is very much the same concept, except that instead of right-clicking and doing a whole bunch of stuff with your mouse and using QWERTY for your abilities and stuff like you would in RTS or any of the other MOBA games, you actually play in third person. So WASD keys to move, mouse to aim, and otherwise, other than that, it's pretty much the same. You still buy items, you still do a whole lot of the same stuff. And yeah, the one gimmick with Smite is that it is played with gods, and I am playing Anubis, the god of the dead. I'm not really sure why they call him the god of the dead. I mean, he is god of the dead. He kind of determines who goes into the underworld in Egypt and who doesn't. But he's really the judge of the dead. I feel that would be a more accurate title, because Osiris is the ruler of the underworld. But, you know, whatever. Anubis is a really powerful god. Really slow, really doesn't have a whole lot of mobility, but he's really powerful, and that's kind of why I like him. I played him first time around, way back in the beta, and I fell in love with him. So he is now my main god. In this match I have almost full masteries with him. I have 9 masteries on him, and climbing. But it's been a while since this match went on, so I'm going to be forgetting some of the details and stuff like that. So with Anubis, what you want to do is just get a whole bunch of attack power, lifesteal. If you want to go for a damage build anyway, you can do a whole bunch of troll builds like a Anubis tank, which does work surprisingly. Lots of fun stuff. And in this Joust, this 3v3 Joust that we're playing, just a regular PvP one, normal Joust, with me are Anhur and Fenrir. Anhur is the Egyptian god of war, apparently, and Fenrir is the horrific Norse wolf that everybody hears about, who was tied with chains and shackles and eventually that one super strong ribbon to hold him in place, and in this game he's broken free of that, most likely. And as I wave there, a lot of the gods in this game have emotes. Whole bunch of ways to communicate and stuff like that. One of the other things I really like about Smite is the VGS system. VGS, for those of you who don't know, is if you look in the chat on the left side, it says VFF enemy missing. That is the key combination you would press to have that specific message come out. The VGS system is basically a mode of communication without having to actually type much in. So, really cool system. They really thought that out, and a whole bunch of cool stuff comes from that. It makes communication a lot faster, a lot smoother, without having voice chat. And if you've ever wondered what it's like to have a dog, a jackal, and a lion working on the same team, well, the answer is utter carnage. To make a long story short, we really do, spoilers, we just absolutely wipe the floor with these guys in this match. Although it wouldn't seem like it right here when I die. Oh no, I escape, I forgot about that. Well, I think I escaped for all of about 5 seconds. Yeah, it doesn't work out for me in the end. But oh well. So with the VGS system, as you can hear, there are voices. Unfortunately for each god, you have to buy their voice packs with gems, which is the in-game currency, and you can only buy it with gems. Smite is free-to-play, and it works on that free-to-play model, where you have a lot of stuff. You have free in-game currency that you get through playing games and all that other fun stuff. And it can be used to purchase a lot of the things that you can get. Unfortunately, a lot of the things in Smite are also only buyable with the in-game real currency, which is called gems, and you can only get voice packs with gems. There is a way to get gems free, a couple ways to get gems free. One of them is through surveys, which I've never done because I don't trust surveys at all. And the other way is, well, by signing in consecutively every so often. And if you do 7 days, you get, if you manage to sign in 7 days consecutively, you get 50 gems out of it, plus a whole bunch of favor. But it's kind of a grind, as with most MOBAs. But it's fun, what can I say? It's the only MOBA that I actually enjoy. I played League of Legends a while back, and wasn't too fond of the community, wasn't too fond of how the game played, wasn't too fond of much of anything. This game, on the other hand, all it does is really change the 3D perspective, and I really like it. So, go figure. So yeah. We are currently 6 minutes into the gameplay already, and I haven't yet said that the gameplay is actually background noise for what I really want to talk about in this gameplay. In this gameplay, I haven't done one of these for a long time, so I don't know, there's plenty to talk about. So I think what I'll cover in this one is copyright. Specifically with videos on my channel. One of the things with a lot of Let's Players and people in general is that they have a lot of issues with the copyright claims. And that can really screw a lot of artists over with people who are scamming, pretending that that content made by other people is actually theirs. That doesn't make any sense what I just said. Hopefully you people understand what the hell I mean. Because I don't understand myself. Yeah, there's a lot of issues with copyright on YouTube with the automated system that they have going. With original content creators, unlike myself, posting music up or videos up, and scammers that will copy their music and insert it into YouTube as their own content, which it isn't, and get revenue off of it, and the original content creators have to get into this whole legal battle on YouTube in order to get their advertising back to their own video. And with Let's Playing specifically, a lot of games, a lot of mainstream games out there like Fallout 3 will use licensed music. And this can end up a lot of the time with I'm getting distracted by my own gameplay because I'm watching it right now. What was I talking about? Wow. I really just got off track. Okay. With Let's Players and mainstream games using licensed music, a lot of people will run into the issue where they end up with copyright claims on their music. Now, really quickly, a copyright claim is not the same as a copyright strike. A copyright strike is a mark against your channel where you have been officially recognized by some other group on YouTube as using content without permission that you did not create. A copyright claim is a much lesser issue. A copyright claim is simply a claim saying that somebody else's content has been used in this video and they would like to get revenue off of it. This hurts a lot of people. This hurts a lot of Let's Players who are trying to do it for a living. Which is not easy, mind you. You really have to put a lot of work and dedication into it to actually make it a living, to make it a job. Make it a job? Make it a job. I can't talk today, apparently. In order to make it a job. And a lot of people don't have the time that it takes. I do, but I'm just too lazy. And it also requires a much bigger fan base than I have. But, I mean, I got a good fan base. What can I complain about? This is a hobby. It's a side thing for me. Not that I actually have any real job to speak of at the moment, but oh well. So yeah, getting back to the whole content thing. A lot of people lose revenue when there are copyright claims for music in games that they're playing. And so, for that reason, a lot of people get really annoyed and try to basically take away some of the game by removing the music. In Fallout 3 specifically, you'd end up turning off all the radios because you can have licensed music playing in the background there without you even realizing it, and then it getting picked up by the automatic system, which is really annoying. But by the same token, you end up with a lot of games that use licensed music of indie artists, not just mainstream musicians. And this is something I realized recently when, especially during my Life is Strange Let's Play, because they have a lot of really nice music. But it ends up being that, you know, I'll have like half the episodes for my Life is Strange episodes just be under someone else's claim. And I originally found that to be really annoying, but these are musicians who it's their life to make music. And they were kind enough to offer their music to someone else in a game, and they're only putting claims on my videos half the time, and usually it's on videos that have less views, surprisingly enough. So, for all those musicians, I'm actually okay with them putting claims on my videos. It's through some other company like, I don't know, CD Baby or something like that. And if there's nothing about the music being Creative Commons licensed, then I will go ahead and let those guys leave the claim on there. Unless it's something completely bogus, like what would happen with my Scratches Let's Play, where there was music that wasn't even in the game being identified, which I just thought was ridiculous. Trying to help clean up, and it ends up leaving your teammate to die, which is most unfortunate. Yeah, got a little bit greedy there, unfortunately. But oh well, what can you do? Sometimes you goof up. That's life. So when you're watching my Life is Strange videos or anything like that, just keep in mind that I may not be getting the revenue, but if you don't have an ad block or anything like that, it's actually okay. I know some of the ads on videos are kind of annoying, but, I mean, it's nice to have an extra way to make money. And while you're doing that, the musicians are also getting money as well, because they got their own, they got monetization set up for them too, so yeah, lots of cool stuff. But copyright in general is kind of it's a really mixed bag. It's a very controversial subject, and there's really no winning way about it with how our current economy is set up. It's set up so that everyone is fending for themselves. It's set up so that it's basically a dog-eat-dog situation. Which is really unfortunate. And it's not just because it's capitalist or anything like that. It's from how everything is set up. It's not set up so that everybody can prosper. It's set up so that the bigwigs are always getting the money regardless, and there's not much else you can do beyond that. Which I don't agree with, but It's what we got. Unless we decide to have a world revolution, then we're not going to do much. So yeah. So with that, with the whole copyright thing kind of covered, I guess. Ooh, that was a nasty execution. Another issue with Anubis, like I said before, he's not very mobile, and when he gets stuck in something like that, if you don't have any sort of crowd control, reduction, anything like that, he's kind of screwed. Don't ask me why I haven't gotten beads yet, because it would have helped out a lot in that situation. You can actually cancel out Ao Kuang's ult by just beadsing in the middle of it, and you'll be perfectly fine. And it gives you like a 1.5 second window, which is actually a lot of time to react. So, oh well. I just do what I do, I forget about my actives, and that's how I do. Go straight for the damage output. It just works too. So yeah, with the whole copyright thing out of the way, I could go on for a while if I'd actually researched all this stuff before I started talking about it in the video. But I'm just talking about my personal experiences, not necessarily what's going on. Nice little double kill there. Did you really just say awesome.org? Okay. Alright, Fenrir, yeah, you do your thing. That is one dead shock. This is pretty much endgame here, guys. Anubis is really deadly when it comes to stuff like this, because he has two abilities that are really long range, and that he can use out of harm's way. And that is game. I hope you all enjoyed this Smite gameplay. I may be putting up more in the future. Hopefully my commentary will get better, because I know it was kind of iffy in this one, but better than the first recording. If you guys are interested in the stats and stuff, I do show the end screen here. A little bit laggy in the exchange there, but Anubis, you're so funny. So yeah, if you want to see the items that I had and all that stuff, then you're more than welcome to take a look at that. But I hope you enjoyed this gameplay of Smite, and if you enjoyed, I hope to see you again. Bye for now.